Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the FHSAA Class 5A Regional Quarterfinals Boys Soccer. We are live in wet and rainy Boca Raton, Florida, as the Boca Raton Bobcats, the host squad in this one, 19-1-2. Coming into this one, head coach Marcelo Castillo in his 9th year, taking on the Bucks of Deerfield Beach High School. Head coach Franz Edward, 15-2-3 are the Bucks. This is a team that's been struggling a little bit over the last couple of games, but this is once again regional quarterfinal action. Blake Chadwick alongside TJ Leavonin, as this should be a pretty good matchup here of teams that are familiar with each other being so close in proximity.
Definitely, Blake. And also, the Bobcats just got their 200th career win under Marcelo Castillo. Unbelievable. So they have high expectations, and we'll find out.
I mentioned the Bucks struggling a little bit. 1-1-1 over their last 3 games, giving up 4 goals. And this is a team that's only given up multiple goals 3 times this entire season, and they've gone 1-2 in those games. They started out white hot at 7-0-1, but they did struggle, as I just mentioned, down the stretch a little bit, as this game is underway now, and it looks like Boca Raton has control of the soccer ball, and they try to clear it across the other side, and it's going to go out of bounds. This one's going to go back towards Deerfield Beach once again in high school soccer. 40-minute running clock for each half, and then of course there's stoppage time at the end. But Boca Raton looking to capitalize here. Tomer Bitten, the leader of this team, 24 goals, 14 assists on the year, leading the way, hopefully pacing them into the semifinals.
Most definitely. You know, Tomer has a great record. He's been doing phenomenal and getting a lot of goals the past couple of games.
As Boca Raton has the ball now, trying to control it in their zone. As the ball's going to roll to the goalie there of Deerfield, so hopefully get a good clear here. First minute of action, once again, wet and rainy Boca Raton, Florida. As Boca Raton now is going to control it, crosses midfield, and nice deflection out of bounds right there, and it's going to stay now with Deerfield Beach.
And Bucks ball, it looks like number 14 is going to throw it in. Gian Lira for the Bucks. And Bucks keep possession of it.
So now it looks like a possible penalty on its way. It looks like a little trip there. The ball does go out of bounds. But it looks like it's going to stay here with Deerfield Beach as their first opportunity in the zone of Boca Raton.
And it looked like it was a foul by Sebastian Elney. He's a player of the U.S. national team. Absolutely amazing. He was featured on WPTV just a few weeks ago.
Very interesting there. One of the featured players in this game. Here comes Marco Soma, the senior, getting ready for this free kick here for Deerfield Beach.
And it looks like Marcos is going to take the kick right now.
He's going to set up for it. Sends it into the zone, and it looks like it's right in the box there. And a nice save by Boca Raton. That's going to be the goalie, Colin Foodie, with 6 shutouts on the year. Only giving up 14 goals all year, a .77 goals against average. Doing a very good job. Looking for shutout number 7 tonight to pace these Bobcats on into the semifinals.
And you know, Blake, I just saw that it's starting to rain here, so I don't know how much that's going to affect both teams tonight.
It's been raining pretty much all afternoon here. Looks like it died down a little bit right before the end, or rather the beginning of this game. But as TJ just said, the rain has picked up a little bit over the first few minutes here. We're just about 2.5 minutes into this first half, and it's been pretty much back and forth affair. No shots on goal thus yet, and you got to wonder if the first shot on goal could signal a possible swing of the momentum to one side.
Yeah, most definitely. And it looks like we're going to have a throw-in by the Bobcats, number 22.
Looks like it's going to be number 22 there. Philip Toth on the year. 2 goals, 14 assists. Doing a nice job at the forward position, setting everyone up, setting up Tomer, their nice little 1-2 punch, him and Britton. And let's see if they can get that going here. The throw-in, it's going to be pretty deep in the zone. It's going to be sailed in there. And Boca Raton's trying to control it there on the far side. And if that goes out of bounds, possible corner kick situation, and I think it is going to be a corner kick. And it is coming up right here. So once again, Gustavo Fernandez, I believe, going over there. Tough to tell on the far side with this driving rain that's now coming down here in Boca Raton. So the corner kick being set up now. Let's see if Boca Raton can get their first real opportunity. This one, the southpaw, the lefty. Going to try to hook it in from the far side.
And the rain is not stopping the fans out here. It looks like people are coming in with umbrellas, and it's going to be a great match.
And there's a little falsy right there. And the miss, nice try by Aaron Kleinert as he can't get it as he tries to ground one. As Deerfield tries to clear it right now, it's going to come to the far side. And Boca Raton with a nice play right there by Toth. And a nice clear by Deerfield Beach. And this one's going to go back up in the zone. Oh. Here comes number 2. That's going to be Lubinson Ambroise. He's got some room to work with here. Now we got number 10 working. This is Romelaire Ambroise's brother. He can't get it going, and it looks like it's going to be a goal kick. Nice defense by Boca Raton deep in their zone.
Definitely. They really saved that. The Bucks almost had a chance to score right there to take the first goal of the game.
As Deerfield Beach, somewhat of a high-powered offense in those first few games. 4 goals, 7 goals, 5 goals, and 4 goals. A hell of a way to start the season for them, including a win over West Boca and Monarch High to kick off the year. So a lot of goal count right there for Deerfield Beach. Hopefully they can keep that up. 3 players to watch. The Ambroise triplets, if you will. Jean Vernal, Lubinson, and Romelaire. As we've already seen a few of them have a role here in this one. Nice header right there by Toth. As now Boca Raton tries to control it back into the Deerfield zone. Nice opportunity right there by Gustavo Fernandez. As Boca Raton tries to control the pace just under 35 minutes in this first half. And this one's going to go out of bounds. Nice try by Boca Raton. I believe that was Adajunabi. And he knocks it out of bounds.
And it looks like it's going to be a Bucks ball.
So the Bucks will throw it in from close to midfield. Once again, to talk about the goaltenders, Colin Foodie, we dressed him a little bit. 6 shutouts on the year for Boca Raton. On the other side, we have not really seen a lot from the Deerfield Beach side when it comes to the goaltending, but only 1 shot on goal thus far. Looks like the official conferencing with a few of the Boca Raton players as the clock, of course, continues to run. So you have to imagine this will be added into stoppage time in just a little over a half hour.
Most definitely. At the end of the game, you know, they stop it at 2 minutes, and then the officials keep the official time on the field to account for any situations during the game.
TJ, of course, a student here at Boca Raton High School, somewhat of our correspondent with the differences between the high school game and the international game that we're all used to right on the eve of the World Cup. Coming up here in a few months, soccer at a fever pitch in America right now. Nice clear by Boca Raton, trying to get it back in the zone. It's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to stay here for Deerfield on the Boca Raton side of things.
And Bucks with the throw-in by number 12, Victor Henriquez.
Henriquez, a senior for this team, trying to be one of their leaders. And once again, the Boca Raton defense is able to clear it. And now the first corner kick of the evening coming up here for the Bucks.
And taking the corner kick for the Bucks is going to be number 12, Victor Henriquez again.
So Henriquez, once again, trying to pace this offense of Deerfield Beach just about 7 minutes into this first half. We've seen a couple of opportunities, a few missed opportunities from either side. That's a nice shot into the zone. That's in the box right there, and a nice save by Foodie. And he's going to come up with it for Boca Raton and hopefully get a nice clear and get the Bobcats back on offense.
A very powerful kick by Henriquez, and it looks like Foodie has a very, very long shot across midfield, and Bucks take control of the ball.
Nice leg right there, but the header of Deerfield Beach is going to get it back in the zone. Marco Soma trying to control it for Deerfield Beach, and Boca Raton, once again, their defense being a wall back there and not allowing Deerfield to have too many opportunities. This one's going to go out of bounds once again, going back to Deerfield. But right now, a little back and forth affair. These teams in that feeling out process throughout the first couple of minutes in this quarterfinal matchup.
The Bucks have been on the Bobcats defense side for a while now, as it looks like the Bobcats are kind of struggling, but they're going to bounce back hopefully and
Deerfield trying to give themselves an opportunity. Here comes one potentially, and it's deflected out of bounds by Boca Raton. Nice job to meet the offensive player right there. But an opportunity, it looks like that might have been Victor Henriquez once again. So the senior pacing Deerfield Beach on offense. You got to think he keeps knocking on the door. At one point in time, it could open, and it could be the first goal of the night for Deerfield.
And it looks like Sebastian was going for the throw-in. However, we are getting it replaced by another Bobcat.
Looks like a substitution on its way, possibly for Boca Raton, as Deerfield once again tries to control the pace on the far side. And Boca clears in. We got a little bit of a scrum on the far side. Boca trying to control a little back and forth affair, and it gets knocked out of bounds. It looks like right there by number 10, Tomer Binton, as he's yet to get going in this one. You got to think at some point he's going to have a few opportunities to score, and if he does, he should be successful as he has been throughout the season. Once again, the leader of this Bobcats team with 24 goals and 14 assists. That is the leader in both categories. Also, Philip Toth with 14 assists as well, helping to pace this squad. But one of the top point getters, certainly not only for Boca Raton, but in the entire area as well in this region.
Indirect kick for the Bucks off a Bobcat handball.
So you see the Bobcat defender trying to deflect this one, as this one is going to be sent in there. And the header, just over the post. Nice opportunity from Deerfield. Couldn't see the exact player who got in on that, but that header sailing over the post. And once again, Deerfield Beach knocking on that door. And as this first half wears on, they've gotten the more opportunities throughout the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, they've shown very, very strong support this first 10 minutes. And it looks like Bobcats are going to have to step up the game, but they're both very powerful teams.
As the crowd's starting to file in here for Boca Raton on this wet evening, but it is playoff soccer, so no one wants to be able to miss that. Nice play in the midfield right there. Looks like Sebastian Elney as he tries to get it going. Here comes Boca Raton. Sam Ward on the far side. He tries to cross it in, and a nice job by Soma right there to clear it. And Deerfield Beach survives a scare right there as Boca Raton nearly gets their first opportunity.
And it's going to be out of bounds by number 5 of the Bobcats, Aaron Kleinart. Bobcats throw-in.
And Romelaire Ambroise with that throw-in, trying to find his partner there, Lubinson Ambroise. These two have been playing soccer together for many years. And there's a shot sent in, but it's not going to be of too much effect right there. That was by Lubinson Ambroise, the senior of the brothers. And this one's sent back by Boca Raton, trying to keep it in their zone.
Sebastian trying to get the ball, and the Bucks recover.
And a nice job once again here by the Deerfield defense. So we've seen a couple of nice opportunities by the Boca Raton defense. Now Deerfield doing a nice job. There's a nice through ball, and here comes Boca Raton trying to control the pace back in the Buck zone. And the Bobcats here, some fancily dribbling on the far side. Looks like that's Carlos Pistana. He's going to try to bring it in, tries to send it in, and a missed opportunity for Boca Raton. I believe we got a goal kick on its way.
Goal kick on the Bucks. Sebastian passing to the other Sebastian Elney, and looks like Bucks are going to take control of this ball.
So once again, a little over 11 minutes into this first half, Class 5A regional quarterfinals, FHSAA boys soccer, as the Boca Raton Bobcats taking on the Deerfield Beach Bucks. 0-0 thus far. Here comes Deerfield Beach on the attack. Tries to make a play. That's going to be Romelaire Ambroise. He's on the far side. Nice defensive pressure right there by Pastana. And Ambroise tries to send it in. There's the cross to his brother. And to no avail, Lubinson Ambroise knocks it out of bounds. A goal kick on its way for Boca Raton. But over the last couple of minutes, Deerfield Beach's offense has started to sway the momentum their way.
Yeah, most definitely. You just saw the goal or the kick right there on goal, just to the right of it. And luckily, Foodie didn't have to make an attempt to save that one. Foodie with the goal kick right now, setting up.
Trying to get this ball back on the Deerfield Beach side, and Boca Raton wants their offensive pace to be controlled once again. And there's a nice header by Deerfield Beach to keep the ball in their zone. And now you got a little bit of a scuffle on the far side there by Lubinson Ambroise and number 25, Luis Roque. And this is now controlled by Boca Raton.
Aaron with the ball, passing it to number 25 of the Bobcats.
That's going to be Roque now coming down the near side. And he's going to put it in a nice spot there for Elney. But there's going to be a little bit of a scuffle in the middle of the field. Nice opportunity by Victor Henriquez to control the pace once again. And it looks like it's going to be a free kick coming up for Deerfield Beach.
Deerfield Beach Bucks taking the goal kick by number 8, Marcos Soma. Soma with the indirect kick for the Bucks.
Soma and Henriquez have done a nice job of pacing this offense here from Deerfield Beach, trying to set up different opportunities to score. And you got to think one of these opportunities eventually going to break through, but the Boca Raton defense has held strong here throughout the first 13 minutes of this first half. This one's sent in on net, and it's a bouncer there, but you think maybe with this slick field that could have slipped by Foodie. But once again, 6 shutouts on the year, only giving up 14 goals in 21 starts. So you got to think this guy is not going to let anything by him. As Boca Raton tries to clear it once again, and it's going to be Deerfield Bucks soccer ball here with just a little over 26 minutes to go in this first half.
And also, Blake, the Boca Raton Bobcats, they got a brand new stadium just a few weeks ago. Field turf, they implemented a brand new turf, so I'm not sure if that's going to play a factor in this matchup tonight.
And you got to think it's going to play a little bit of a factor, because if this was natural grass, it would be muddy, it would be flying all over the place, and you wonder if the footing would be able to be the same. But these guys are able to play this game almost as if it's an indoor game, because the field surf is not really affected too much by the weather. Nice deflection by Boca Raton right there. Sam Ward knocking it out of bounds. Ward had a nice opportunity to score and set up a goal earlier on, but to no avail for the Bobcats as we approach the 26-minute mark here, as Ward tries to control the pace once again. And it's a back-and-forth affair. Two teams very evenly matched in this quarterfinal matchup.
And Bucks with the ball going upfield, passing the Bobcat defense, and it looks like it's going to be out by the Bobcats. Bucks ball, throw in by the Bucks.
And a nice job by Pestana to clear it out of bounds and save an opportunity for Deerfield. Boca Raton was more than willing to rely on their defense to get things going as opposed to just having Deerfield Beach fire in shots on Foodie. And the midfielders doing a nice job of both teams controlling the pace. And this one's knocked out of bounds as we are approaching that 15 minutes in mark here of this first half. And we've really yet to see a legitimate scoring opportunity from either side.
And also coming in for the Bobcats right now, number 9, Mark Faith for the Bobcats. And out of the game, number 11.
Mark Faith, 5 goals and 4 assists on the year. Pestana, 1 goal, 2 assists, more of a defensive-minded player. But you see a nice job right here by Boca Raton trying to mix things up and try to get something going with the scoring. As once again, we are at that 25-minute mark. Deerfield Beach is going to cross midfield. That's Romelaire Ambroise. He's trying to come down the sideline. Now Henriquez has it. And a nice job once again by the midfielders of Boca to control the pace.
And it's going to be Bucks ball at around the 40-yard line if you're on the football field. And also with the implementation of the new turf just a couple weeks ago, they extended the soccer lines to full-length field. They extended it 4 yards on each side, so now we are an official real-length soccer field.
So that is certainly something that Boca Raton might have to adjust to, having played most of their home games this year on this type of surface, and a different surface rather, and at different dimensions. So it's almost like the old Boston Bruins in hockey. Different dimensions in the rink. It's going to potentially play into a home field advantage. But in this situation now, Boca Raton evening things up now, trying to control the pace now, moving it into the zone. Here comes Elney. He's streaking down the sideline, tries to cross it, and a nice defensive play by Deerfield Beach. It's going to be Boca Raton ball, but a nice job preventing the cross and a possible goal opportunity.
Elney was going for the cross, but definitely the Bucks really stopped him really hard there. And it's going to be a Bobcats throw-in.
It looks like a player warming up for Deerfield Beach, getting ready to come into the game. So Deerfield, once again, they're trying to shake some things up as these two playing that game of chess early on, trying to see which moves work and try to figure out which way they can go the rest of the game, because in this type of game, we've seen this back and forth pace, one goal really might be the difference.
Yeah, you got that right. It's right 0-0 right now. We're about 17 minutes into the game, and it's anyone's game right now. Great Toth with the throw-in for the Bobcats.
As Toth's going to send it in. A nice header by Deerfield Beach to clear it. And that sets up perfectly for Lubinson Ambroise, but he can't get it as Ward's going to cut him off at the pace. And there's a nice job by Deerfield to control it once again. Here comes Romelaire Ambroise. He's got it now. He's going to get to near midfield. There's a through ball. Beautifully done by Deerfield. And that's going to be controlled by Victor Henriquez, as once again, Victor Henriquez and the Ambroise brothers really doing a nice job for Deerfield Beach throughout the first few minutes of this one. And now here comes Ward as Boca Raton comes streaking back. He's trying to set up this offense. Nice separation by Boca Raton. Ward's going to split the defense. He's going to cross it right there. Here comes Sebastian Elney now. Elney into the midfield. As Boca Raton now controlling the pace, trying to get a shot on net. That one's sent in the box. Nice header. And out the far side, Elney's going to miss it by about 6 inches. And Boca Raton gets one of their first legitimate scoring opportunities of this ball game at the 22.5-minute mark, but it's all for naught as it's a goal kick coming up for Deerfield, and it still remains 0-0.
And just with that shot on goal, if there was someone right there at the post, they could have had an opportunity to score. However, just to the right of it, and it's going to be a goal kick for the Bucks.
That's a situation where the offense of Boca Raton was a little bit quicker than the rest of the team as they couldn't set up properly and be on that far post for that proper support and be able to knock a header in, maybe even a one-timer, and you could have seen Boca Raton put the first points of the game on the board. Once again, this is high-stakes soccer here. FHSAA Class 5A Regional Quarterfinals, Deerfield Beach, Boca Raton. As both these teams they're combined 34-3-5 in this season, which is excellent soccer played by both teams, as now Deerfield Beach trying to control the pace a little bit, and Boca Raton, after a couple of breakaways, this might be a nice job by Deerfield to slow it down a little.
And we're just reaching halfway of the first half of this game. 0-0, 21 minutes left in the first half. And it looks like the referees are having a little conference with each coach of the team, the Bucks as well as the Bobcats.
There's a substitution, it looks like. Matias Pereira. So it looks like the official time will be kept by the referees, as we're going to go based off the scoreboard, but that is of course just an approximate time. The scoreboard does read just over 21 minutes, but you have to imagine there's already been close to 3 minutes maybe added in stoppage time. That remains to be seen, as we'll find out in the next 20 plus minutes here. But both these teams trying to strike first, as here comes Ambroise, tries to fight it, he rips it, and that one just misses, goes wide of the net. But Romelaire Ambroise, he's knocking at the door, as Deerfield Beach here once again has an opportunity.
Yep, just right of the goal, and it will be a Bobcat goal kick by goalie Foodie.
It's Colin Foodie going to send it in. Foodie once again only given up 14 goals this year, as he started all but one game where Joe Acevedo stepped in. Nice header by Boca, trying to get it back in the zone. They need to space a little bit more, as this one's crossed to the far side. No avail for Luis Roque, and this one's going to go back to Deerfield.
And the rain is starting to pick up over here here at Bobcat Stadium. Not sure if that's going to play a big role in this game, but however, both teams are doing a great job and off to a great start. Really, really good matchup and play by both teams. Still 0-0.
That's an excellent observation there, TJ, as the rain has certainly picked up over the last 20 minutes or so as we officially reach the halfway point, at least in terms of the scoreboard of this first half, as the official now is, looks like he's talking to one of the one of the coaches, and it looks like
it's going to be a water break for the half.
Okay, so there's an official water break now, as I guess during the high school soccer at the halfway point of each half there's a water break, just like with football, where you have a water break at the halfway point of each quarter. So we're going to take a quick break here. You are watching Class 5A Regional Quarterfinals FHSAA Boys Soccer on Xfinity.
It's been said that championships aren't won by individuals. They're won with team and teamwork. Hi, I'm Zippy Duval, president of Georgia Farm Bureau, and we're proud of our partnership with Georgia High School Association Athletics. In all of our county farm bureaus across the state, we have a championship team ready to deliver services to you and your family and all of Georgia farmers across this state. We invite you to come to your local county farm bureau and be part of our team. Go team!
Visit us online at gfb.org.
There's nothing like the feeling of getting something new. And now, there's a plan that lets you experience that new phone thrill again, and again, and again.
Can you close your new phone box? We're picking up some feedback.
Introducing Verizon Edge, the plan that lets you upgrade to a new Verizon 4G LTE phone when you want to, having what you want on the network you rely on. That's powerful. Verizon. Upgrade to the new Moto X by Motorola with zero down payment.
And welcome back to the Class 5A Regional Finals here on Xfinity. It's boys soccer, the FHSAA Regional Finals. Once again, Blake Chadwick joined by TJ Leavonin as we are live in Boca Raton, Florida. The Boca Raton Bobcats hosting the Deerfield Beach Bucks. Boca Raton 19-1-2, Deerfield 15-2-3. We are fresh back from our halfway through the half water break, as we are just about the 19-minute mark here, as these two teams have been going back and forth, as Boca Raton and Deerfield both have got a couple of opportunities, but not legitimate shots on net yet.
And also, this is anyone's game right now. 0-0, we're 20 minutes in. Anyone who scores right now, they could have the game. So it's really, they're going back and forth and really trying to get that first goal, which sets the tone of the game.
Sebastian Desir was controlling it on the far side. He slipped, but it looks like the official was going to claim that he is maybe taken down by a Deerfield player. So now it's going to be Boca Raton ball once again now at about midfield, as they're going to bring it into the Deerfield zone, hopefully getting an opportunity on net. They've been knocking on the door a couple of times in the last couple of possessions, but they have not been able to come through, as this one is attempted to be cleared here as Boca Raton tries to keep it in the zone. A nice job by Deerfield to clear it. It's going to be all the way back to the defender there, Aaron Kleinert, who's done a nice job with 2 goals and 3 assists from the defensive spot this year. But nonetheless, Boca Raton here. Oh, and it looks like Ward's going to get tripped up specifically by Matias Pereira, and that's a yellow card on Pereira. So Boca Raton may be getting an opportunity here, as that's our first major real play of the game, as we're just over at 18 minutes left according to the scoreboard.
And Mateus with the yellow card, but it didn't stop Sam Ward, who got tackled down by Mateus, and Bobcats are going to come off strong with the indirect kick by number 5, Aaron Kleinert.
So Kleinert here with, as CJ mentioned, that indirect kick. He's going to try to send this one on in, as you've got a man cutting in DeCarvalho right next to him as they're going to play a little give and go. Excuse me, that's going to be Panagos. So here comes Kleinert.
Strong defense versus Kleiner right
Tries
there.
to take it right in, and Boca Raton's going to continue to control the pace. They've got it now. They break for the net. This one's sent in there for Elney. Elney's going to try to push it in. Excellent opportunity and a nice save right there by Deerfield Beach, punching it out of bounds. It is going to be a goal, or rather a corner kick, but a nice job once again by the defense to prevent that first goal.
Very strong defense by the Bucks right there. Bobcats trying to get a little move in there. However, Bucks really keep control of their defense, and they're really showing strong support here. Bobcats with the corner kick.
So Sebastian Elney is going to be planted right in the box, right in front of the goaltender. This one's sent in, the header opportunity to no avail. It looks like it's going to be Kleiner now, tries to keep it in the zone. This one's going to be sent in by Roque. Ward can't get it on the far side as Deerfield Beach is going to get the soccer ball here. They're going to control the pace and try to get it out, but it is going to be out of bounds, so Boca Raton might have another opportunity here as we're over halfway through this first half.
And still 0-0, Blake. Anyone's game right now.
No real opportunities. You've seen a couple of close calls, but no real, true, genuine shots on net. So Boca Raton here off the throw-in sends it in to the far post, and a nice job by the goaltender to punch it out. There was nobody planted there from Boca Raton. If you thought there could have been, we might have seen a goal opportunity. Roque there off the one time. He's going to try to send it in. Elney now. He's going to try to control it. Here comes Desir into the zone, and it looks like it's going to be maybe touched by Boca Raton. It's going to go back the other way. Deerfield survives yet another scare.
Unbelievable. And Bucks with the ball by just another indirect kick by number 7 of the Bucks, Jefferson Souza.
So Roque now has it back, tries to keep it going for Boca Raton, kicks it out of bounds, and Deerfield will have an opportunity here as the throw-in is going to be on its way. Looks like by Gene Lira. He throws it into Soma. Back to Lira, little give and go. And he tries to get Romelaire Ambroise going. Nice little shoulder fake. He's going to the far side, tries to cross, and a nice save by Foodie. One of the first real shots on net of this game. Deerfield Beach looks like they're getting a little closer, pressing harder, but Boca Raton doing a nice job in net, specifically there by Foodie.
Foodie was right there, so he captured the goal right there on the shot. And it looks like Bobcats are coming in, but
Ward's going to be cut off there at the pass by the two defenders of Deerfield Beach. It's going to be kept in the zone. Ward's got it again. He tries to control it. Maybe too much dribbling now by Ward. It's going to go out of bounds, and I do believe it's going to be Deerfield ball. Ward's complaining. He cannot believe it. He thought it went off of Deerfield Beach, but nonetheless, it's going to be Bucks soccer ball.
Bucks soccer ball, yeah, Ward's body language right there. He was very, very stunned about the call by the ref.
So this one now thrown in. A little bit of a header there by Gustavo Fernandez.
A little bit of a shuffle on the far side of the field.
Trying to see whose ball it is. It looks like it's going to stay with Boca. So once again, about 14 and a half minutes to go in this first half. We are just going based off the scoreboard. The officials have said they're keeping time on the field. So I have to imagine with added time, we're somewhere in the 17, 18 minute range.
Indirect kick by Ward right now for the Bobcats. Looks like there was a shuffle on the field.
He sends it in, and a nice deflection right there by Matias Pereira. And now here come the Bucks. Nice through ball right there as Pereira's got it on the far side. He's got Ambroise as support right next to him. He sends it in. Lubinson Ambroise nearly finds it right there on the breakaway. He would have been wide open for a shot on net, but it's going to be corralled by Foodie, and Boca now survives the scare.
If Foodie wasn't right there on the top of the box, they would have had a very strong chance to score right there. So Foodie, very, very important aspect to this team right now.
And Boca flirting a little bit there with disaster as they dribble in the zone, but Foodie's able to clear it as Deerfield now is going to control the pace. There's a ball sent in right there by Watson Laurent. And this one's going to bounce around. Ward's going to try to get it. He's tripped up. And then he's going to come back with a trip of his own. And it looks like the retaliation. It could net Sam Ward a yellow card, but it looks like it's just going to be a free kick here coming up for Deerfield.
Deerfield, indirect kick right now. And you know, Blake, I'm just checking this out. With the new implementation of this turf, there's a much more cushion, which means the water soaks in, and you can really see the ball glide very smooth and very slowly on the field, which is playing a huge part in this game tonight.
And this ball sent in, and it's deflected by Boca Raton. Nice job by Kleinert. That's going to go out of bounds. That's a great observation by TJ. Once again, TJ Leavonen, student here at Boca Raton High. He knows the ins and outs of this turf and this team, and he obviously can tell the differences between the field turf and, of course, the natural grass, which you got to wonder what this field would look like right now if they were mudding around in that grass.
It would look crazy right now. We have a Bucks throw-in and a substitution, a couple players coming in for the Bucks. Number 17 and 11, that's going to be Jimson Morencia and Akeem Watkin for the Bucks.
And it looks like checking out is going to be Victor Henriquez and Lubinson Ambroise.
And Bucks are in control right now.
Tries to cross it in, and it's a nice clear by Boca. And sitting back there is Gustavo Fernandez, and if he could control that one, he had that whole sideline to work with. As Boca now tries to keep it out of the zone as Deerfield once again tries for an opportunity. And here comes Boca Raton.
Sebastian going with the ball, getting a little scuffled up in the middle, but taking a shot right now onto Ward on the left-hand side of the field.
Elney crosses it. Ward's got it now on the far side. Nice defense right there by the midfielders of Deerfield. Now here come the Bucks. Here's a beautiful through ball by Romelaire Ambroise. He's got his brother streaking down the sideline. There's the play into the middle. They're setting it up as Deerfield. Here comes number 6. That's a nice job by Matias Pereira. But once again, Boca Raton's going to get it back. And now here come the Bobcats.
Elney with the ball going upfield and passing it back to number 9 of the Bobcats.
It's going to be Mark Faith. He tries to clear it around. Faith, the forward, 9 points on the year, 5 goals and 4 assists. He has the ability to set something up.
Ward with a quick shot.
There's the cross, and there's a rip. But it's going to go wide of the net. Nice opportunity by Sebastian Desir. Once again, 5 goals and 8 assists for him. So he's no slouch when it comes to producing points. But that's going to be a rip wide of the net. Goal kick on its way as we are looking at the 11-minute mark here of this first half.
Still 0-0, as I mentioned a little earlier, Blake. Anyone's game right now. You know, no one scored, and they're really looking for that first goal, which really sets the tone for the rest of the game and shows the other team who has the upper hand.
Indeed it does, as the header to no avail for Deerfield, as Boca Raton going to try to control this one right now as Ward can't get it. And now it's going to be sent into Roque. Back to Ward, who's going to cross midfield. And that's going to be sent in as the field's starting to get sloppy here. Nice give and go right there with Bitton. As Tomer Bitton, we've barely called his name tonight, TJ. The leading scorer here for Boca Raton has not had much impact, and a nice job by Deerfield to take him out of this game. As there's a nice job by Julian Panagos controlling the soccer ball back. It's going to send it into the zone. And it's really just a game of chess right here, going back and forth. We're at the 10-minute mark. Class 5A regional quarterfinals, boys soccer. Blake Chadwick, TJ Leavonen with you live in Boca Raton, Florida. The rain is coming down, but it's not stopping the action out here on the field. As here's a substitution. Luis Roque's coming out. Jose Pineda's coming in. Pineda's had minimal impact on this team, as has Roque, but Roque has done a nice job controlling the pace tonight, and you wonder if taking him out here could prevent, or rather potentially open, some lapses in the defense of Boca Raton.
And as you mentioned earlier, Blake, Tomer Bitton, he was I was the MC for the district game, and he scored quite a few goals, and we're not really seeing much action from him tonight, so I wonder what's going on, but maybe in the second half he'll pull his act together. I'm not sure.
24 goals, leading the team, 14 assists. That's good enough to be tied for second on the team. And you wonder if he's going to be able to get it going at some point in this game, because it seems like as good as Boca Raton is, I don't know if they can knock off Deerfield without Tomer Bitton showing up.
That's right, definitely. He's a very key player to the team, and he's a senior, so he'll be unfortunately leaving the team. However, with the Bobcats, they always recruit new players and really put together a fantastic team for wonderful matchups.
Some fancy dribbling on the far side is not going to help the Deerfield cause, as Boca Raton tries to control it back in their zone. Nearly picked off right there by Deerfield. But now Roque, who's going to stay in this game, waiting for that substitution by Pineda, as that should be coming any moment now. And there's a man down. It looks like it's going to be Sam Ward, as he's clutching his ankle right there at about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, we hate to see injuries on the field, especially in high school sports. And it looks like Sam Ward's in a lot of pain right now.
And he's calling for an injury. Looks like
they're calling for a stop on the time, actually.
A time stoppage. The clock will stop at 8:24 to go. Ward is back to his feet, And it looks like he just maybe gotten dinged up a little bit as he's back now, ready to go. As it should be, looks like it's going to be Deerfield soccer ball. Well, actually, excuse me, it's going to be Boca Raton ball. And it looks like it's going to be a free kick coming up for the Bobcats. The official now is going to wind this clock and get things going once again, just approaching the 8-minute mark here. Oh, and that leaves the opening right there for Romelaire Ambroise. He nearly picked that one off. If he got the full control of that soccer ball, we might be looking at 1-0 Deerfield right here.
Wow, strong defense by the Bobcats.
Lackadaisical cross right there by Boca Raton nearly ends up costing them. And there's a nice play right there as here comes the Bobcats trying to control it in. Sent in for Fernandez, and he can't make a play on the ball as the goaltender is going to recover it for the Bucks.
Bucks with a strong kick, a little past midfield, and it looks like Bobcats are going to take possession of the ball.
So Bobcats once again trying to send it back in the Deerfield zone. As here comes number 17, Sebastian Desir. Has already had one shot on net in the last couple of minutes. Let's see if he can get it going again. Gets tripped up right there, and the Bobcats will remain in possession of the football. As Boca Raton now tries to bring it back in the zone. As a nice job by Mark Faith controlling the pace.
Sebastian Elney with the ball. Oh, taking a shot off the Bucks player.
And that's corralled there. And a nice through ball. Sets him up right there. There's the cross. And it's off the post, and I believe it's going to go out of bounds. I don't know if the goaltender touched it before it went out of bounds. That's going to be the difference between a goal kick and a corner kick.
And it looked like that was just off the post of it. It's going to be a corner kick.
And it looks like Sam Ward is on his way to the corner there, so Sam Ward going to send the corner kick in. And with just under 7 minutes to go here in this first half, this could be a big opportunity coming up here for the Bobcats.
Very exciting matchup between the Bucks of Deerfield Beach and the Bobcats of Boca Raton. The fans are coming in on this rainy night here at Boca Raton High School in South Florida.
And there's another substitution as Luis Roque will finally come out. Jose Pineda in. As the official, or rather the coach now wants the conference with number 21, Joshua Adejunubi. And that one's sent in. Nearly opportunity there for Boca Raton. And this one's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to go back to Boca. As the faithful here for the Bobcats really starting to get into this one. They understand a win here tonight on their home turf will give them a spot in the Class 5A regional semifinals. And this Boca Raton team here have won back-to-back regional championships and are looking for 3 out of their last 4. There's some fancy dribbling in the box by Elney, and he's not going to get an opportunity. A shot opportunity there for Boca Raton. It was Sam Ward once again. He gets tripped up. And could we have a possible penalty kick on our way?
Wow, look at this. The Bucks player just received a yellow card. The referee's very mad at him. That's going to be number 13 getting their red card.
That's Watson Laurent, the senior. And it looks like he's getting the old heave-ho.
Wow, a very...
in comes Matthew Chin in.
Very upset Watson right there on the field going off.
As you got to think the senior might be a little more composed than that in this high-pressure situation. But now the big story with just over 5 minutes to go in this first half, could the Bobcats have their first real opportunity here to separate themselves from the Bucks?
And luckily for the Bucks, that the foul was outside of the box, in which they're not going to get a penalty shot, which could be very, very crucial.
They are still very close, but once again, as you pointed out, no penalty shot. And it looks like little confusion right now, setting her in front of the goal as everyone's trying to get in position. As Sam Ward now trying to get in position as he's being screened by the Deerfield squad, as it looks like the officials now trying to restore some order here, as this high pressure situation certainly can allow those tempers to boil.
And also, Blake, this is an indirect kick. So in high school soccer, one must touch the ball and then they can shoot on goal. They can't directly shoot the ball into the goal without someone else touching it. So very important.
Great observation there by TJ.
Couple yellow cards on the field.
As it looks like the officials there want to make sure this thing doesn't get out of hand before we even get to the halftime mark.
Time winding down right now, 4:10 left.
And you got to think with Ward going down, a couple of other injury stoppages, this situation here, as we are at 4 minutes, you wonder how many minutes are the officials going to add. You think at this point it's got to be at least 4.
I'm guessing around 4 to 5. Yeah, there's been a couple, stoppage of time, and this is really evident right now here on the field.
As you see Boca Raton setting up Tomer Bitten right there next to the ball, in addition to Sebastian Elney, the two leading goal scorers for this team. Elney with 15 goals and 17 assists, leading the way with the assist, as these are the 1-2 punch that have gotten the Bobcats to this spot right here.
And as MC of the games last year at Boca Raton High School, this site is very familiar, in which the state semifinals, which Boca Raton was in, they had the same position right here, that little indirect kick, and a lot of...
And there's touch, and Elney tries the rip, and that's deflected. And a great job by Deerfield to prevent that scare. Boca keeps it in the zone right now as they're trying to control it in the box. That one's sent in. Elney the header! Oh, what a beautiful opportunity right in the box. He was in perfect position with Sebastian Elney, but a great job by Deerfield to make the save. And you got to think, TJ, we've seen some close calls, but that by far has been the closest call tonight.
The closest call of the night so far. Wow, unbelievable header right there by Sebastian. If only there was another Bobcat just to the right of him. Possibly goal, first goal of the night. So very, very close and very exciting.
So Deerfield now trying to control the pace. There's a through ball, and this one's going to be knocked out as there's a buck down on the far side. He's going to get up quickly. I believe that's one of the Ambroises.
And it looks like a yellow card on the Bobcats.
So the officials obviously not tolerating anything at this point, giving out multiple yellow cards here in this first half.
Yeah, a lot of yellow cards.
As it looks like for Deerfield, getting ready to check in Brandon Rodriguez, the junior.
And the ref talking to the Bucks player on the far side of the field. What's going through his mind right now? What do you think?
You got to think the officials just want to make sure he's okay, and also it's a little difficult from this vantage point to tell if there's any extracurricular activities going on. And I'm sure he wants to make sure this is as clean of a game as possible. Not only the fact that it's a state quarterfinal game, your regional quarterfinal game, but you obviously want to make sure the integrity is held throughout the next two, half plus, as we're approaching the minute and a half mark according to the scoreboard, as it's now stopped at 1:41 as the clock has just been reset now. So it looks like at this point, with under 2 minutes to go, we're just going to base it off of what the officials have to say. We have to approximate there's roughly 5 or 6 minutes to go in this first half, as here comes Sebastian Elney trying to control it here on the near side. Dumps it off for Roque. Nice job.
Great save by the Bucks right there. And not out of bounds, so Bobcats have another chance.
And Lubinson Ambroise does a nice job to make sure that that ball remains out of the zone.
And the time just set on the scoreboard to officially 2 minutes. However, the officials on the field have the official time. So they'll call according to the time they have on their watches.
So we're getting very close to what we would call stoppage time now. So we just have to keep an eye out for the officials on the field. But each team now only going to have another opportunity or so at the most before we reach halftime in this back and forth affair. TJ, for no goals here in the first half, very exciting 40 minutes of play.
I'm very surprised, Blake. No goals. Many scoring chances by each team. However, no goals again, and this really shows how impressive both teams are in this regional quarterfinals match. Both teams really made and worked very hard to get to this spot.
We were talking a little bit before the game, and you thought you'd see a lot of scoring in this one. It's been the complete opposite, as it's been a very defensive-minded soccer game, as there's a player tripped up in midfield, but it looks like there's going to be no call, as this one's certainly getting physical. That's what you could certainly call a flop by number 5, John Vernell Ambroise, as the official does a nice job not calling anything. This one's sent across midfield. You got to expect that whistle to blow any minute now. As this one trickles out of bounds, I do believe it's going to be Deerfield ball here, as they're going to throw it in, but maybe another opportunity to come here before the halftime mark. But TJ, heading into the halftime break, what do you expect each coach to talk about with his team? How do you expect them to be able to get some scoring opportunities heading into half number 2?
With both teams 0-0, each coach is going to specifically talk to their team about having more people or more offensive people by the goals. They've had very, very good shots on goal. However, they haven't been having people right next to it, so that maybe a little extra scoring chance.
So both teams have done a nice job controlling the pace, but the defense has prevailed here, as Elney maybe takes a little bit of a flop. They are going to call Matias Pereira for the foul there, as it looks like it's going to be another free kick coming up. And you got to think this is the last opportunity for either team in the half, because once this one's sent in and then saved by the goaltender, then maybe sent back out, we're looking at that official blowing the whistle.
And right below us, fans are getting very excited with these couple minutes going down in this first half. Really, excitement is in the air on this rainy night in South Florida.
Junior Aaron Kleinert here with the kick. He's going to send it in. Guys are running on the far side, and there's a goal! Beautiful opportunity, Sebastian Elney, not once, but twice. The second time is the charm, coming from the opposite side. He's able to put it in, and just like that, the Boca Raton Bobcats, in the final couple of minutes of this first half, put the first points on the board, and the Bobcats take a 1-0 lead.
Absolutely amazing play by U.S. national player Sebastian Elney. He plays in the U.S. national team for the 18 under, and wow, a couple chances earlier in the game he had, but really that one pulled it off, and Bobcats are going to have a 1-0 lead probably going into halftime, which is going to set the tone for the Bucks. They're going to really power up the next half.
One thing Jurgen Klinsmann and the rest of that United States national team teaches his players: patience and persistence, and that's exactly what Sebastian Elney portrayed in this first half. He waited for his opportunity. He's had multiple opportunities, but he picked the right time to make it, and heading into halftime, the Bobcats have a load of momentum. Now they can rest on their laurels, they can sit back on defense, and they can walk into the semifinals with a 1-0 win if they're able to hold on throughout the next 40-plus minutes.
And Sebastian just kicks it right out of, it looks like it's going to be to the far left of the field.
As Luis Roque's going to continue to pressure, as Deerfield Beach is going to kick it out. That's going to be sent across midfield. Beautiful job right there by Ida Moby. As here comes Deerfield once again, as Elney, he's not going to quit. That's a beautiful,
Sebastian's going,
that's
great
a through
pass.
ball there for Roque, but it's a nice job controlled there by number 14, Jean Lira.
Bobcats getting a little physical on the offensive side.
And there's that halftime whistle. So right at the end of the half, off the free kick, a beautiful goal by Sebastian Elney, his 16th of the year. As we were expecting Tomer Bitten to have the big impact in this first half, it was Sebastian Elney with two big opportunities in the last few minutes, the best scoring chances for either team in this first half, and we're heading into the locker room with the Bobcats up 1-0.